Makima is the main antagonist of the public safety saga. She was the chief cabinet secretary's personal devil hunter who took Denji in as her human pet. She is later revealed to be the control devil, Shihai no Akuma, who embodies the fear of control or conquest, and a member of the Four Horsemen at the time. Following her death, she was reincarnated as Nayuta. Abilities. Makima is one of the strongest individuals in the world of Chainsaw Man, thanks to her physical and supernatural abilities as a devil, along with her cunning and manipulative personality. She is feared by humans, fiends, and devils all around the world, which increases her powers as a devil. According to the President of the United States, other countries besides America have already given up trying to fight her.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
As a devil, Makima possesses all of the standard devil abilities. These include the ability to make contracts with humans. Thanks to her ability to control humans, she is also able to force them to make a contract with herself. Makima made a contract with the Prime Minister of Japan in return for working for the Japanese government. As a result of this contract, any fatal attacks inflicted to Makima are transferred into an appropriate illness or ailment affecting a random citizen of Japan. She was shown to have been shot in the back of the head and seemingly killed, only to stand up later with no visible wounds. She stated that she was merely grazed by the bullet, but this is unlikely given the placement of the gun when it was fired, as well as the location of the blood from the exit wound. Later, she was killed by the gun devil after it fired a bullet through her head, though it did not finish her off. It is confirmed that she had been killed 26 times up until the attack of the gun devil. Later on, she gets killed by Pochita several times during their final confrontation. However, Denji found a way to bypass the conditions of her contract with the Prime Minister of Japan by killing her in order to end her misery, which he viewed as a form of love rather than an attack. After being eaten by him, she returned to hell and subsequently reincarnated in China as Nayuta due to the revival ability of devils. Physical abilities. Immense strength. Makima possesses a great deal of physical strength, allowing her to fight effectively in hand-to-hand combat without relying on any of her subordinates. Her strength was great enough to overwhelm Pochita's weakened form and shatter his chainsaws with her strikes. Enhanced smell. According to Denji, Makima primarily differentiates others through smell. In their first encounter, she was able to detect that Pochita still existed within Denji through his scent. However, she cannot differentiate between humans through sight, similar to how humans cannot differentiate between dogs by their faces. Supernatural abilities. Control, Shihai. As Makima embodies the fear of control or conquest domination, her core ability reflects this nature. Besides her Machiavellian tendencies, Makima holds the power to directly control her inferiors, stating as follows: I have the power to control those I consider to be of lesser rank than myself. Watashi wa jibun yori teido ga hikui to omu mono o shihai dekiru chikara ga arimasu?
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
This brainwashing ability works on any being, from humans to animals to devils to fiends to hybrids, and she was not shown to have a limit to the number of subjects she can keep under control at once. It seems as though once placed under her control, a victim subsequently loses their memory of anything that happened immediately before they put under control, and of anything they did while being controlled. Makima can channel the power of her victims by summoning them through chains connected to her body. It has been shown that she can use the abilities of the Angel Devil, Future Devil, Snake Devil, Punishment Devil, Spider Devil, and Zombie Devil. Even deceased individuals can be controlled in this manner. Makima was able to form a squad of weapon hybrids, 3 of which, Rez, Kwangxi, and Katana Man, were former enemies who now behaved affectionately towards her. This suggests that Makima can control individuals outright as well as warp their personalities in subtle ways. Makima's control can be broken, however, as seen with Angel Devil. She borrows the hearing of rats, birds, and other small animals she controls to hear conversations remotely, seemingly anywhere on the planet, and possibly extending into hell itself. She was able to spy on Denji and Rize's conversation and was listening in on Kishibe's conversation with Kwangxi. This ability can be circumvented by communicating non-verbally, such as writing on a piece of paper. She has been shown to control a large number of rats, which allow her to travel around using them. These rats can then cluster together to form the shape of a human, and thus allow for Makima to be transported to that location instantly. Makima is also able to summon through Princey's zipper, which can move her from Earth to Hell, or wherever the spider devil happens to be. She has demonstrated the ability to make others hear her voice by placing her hand on their head, even if the person is dead. She uses this to command the devils that the person is currently contracted with. Force manipulation. Makima has been shown to offensively manipulate an invisible force in a variety of ways similar to Darkness Devil. This force can be used to damage her weak targets internally by simply staring at them. Depending on the situation, she can use this power in other various ways, such as she has shown to cause her target to be crushed by an invisible force from over long distances. In order to use this technique, Makima appears to require a higher place, such as a shrine, the name of a target, and a human sacrifice. Makima forms a symbol with her hands and instructs the sacrifice, whose eyes closed by a white cloth, to utter the name of the target. The sacrifice then dies, and target subsequently is crushed, preceded by a brief sense of wrongness. This attack completely destroys the target's body, but causes no damage to adjacent people or objects, even the target's clothes. While she is using this ability, the sacrificial people around herself are blindfolded with a cloth. She used this ability once from Kyoto to kill the goons of Sawatari's gang. She has been shown to inflict damage by projecting an invisible force to targets she points at with her index finger, which is strong enough to heavily damage Darkness Devil, who is a primal devil, kill power instantly, and send an empowered chainsawman high into the atmosphere when she used it repetitively against him. She usually says "bang" while using this ability. She has been shown to remove the heads of her targets in the vicinity from a short to mid-range by using a sword. Similar to her ability to crush her targets remotely, the people around her close their eyes with a black cloth. Other abilities: high alcohol tolerance. Makima has an exceedingly high tolerance for drinking alcohol, able to outdrink both Aki Hayakawa and Himeno without showing any signs of being debilitated by the vast quantities of liquor ethanol. However, due to her contract with the Japanese Prime Minister, it is likely that any damage her excessive drinking would have caused was redirected to a random Japanese citizen. Hand-to-hand combat. Makima is very a proficient combatant, despite not usually being seen fighting. She was capable of defeating a weakened Pochita by herself, and only using her fighting skills. She even managed to rip Pochita's heart from his body by restraining him after she defeated him. High intelligence. Makima has shown to be a highly intelligent individual. Even without using her devil powers, she is very cunning and manipulative. A fine example is the way she controls Denji throughout most of Part 1's story. Makima knows what exactly to say, move, and how to react in order to make Denji her pet. Being aware of Denji's desires, she often interferes by making him feel that he is a person, and behind the scenes, she is pulling the strings in order to achieve her goal. Just like she helps him feel love and happiness, she also attacks and makes her move to destroy his personal relationships in order to make him feel desperate and guilty over the losses he suffers. Makima has demonstrated herself to be extremely cunning, cold, and manipulative as she controls Denji through the promises of a romantic and sexual relationship, while also threatening him with outright extermination if he disobeys her. Ruthless and normally dispassionate, she will do whatever it takes to reach her goals, even at the cost of the people she should be protecting. Makima also realizes that she is not a good person and deems herself as necessary evil, a weapon under control of the Japanese government, just like Gun Devil, which is under the control of the American government. She is not afraid of her plans derailing, since whether her plans fail or succeed, she will almost always achieve something she wants.